प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पंचकल्पतरुभस्य कृपा सिन्धु भयवच पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for this satsang. I'm extremely thankful to all of you for joining. In spite of your so many busy schedules, you have taken off to come to this satsangam. Extremely thankful to all of you. Today we'll discuss about Prahlad Maharaj story from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll take up two sloka. If time permits, we'll see the complete the history of Hiranyakasipu till this the killing of Hiranyakasipu by Narasimhadev. We'll see. I will take from 7th chapter, 5th the text and 5th text. 7.5.5. Prahlad uvacha tat sadhu manne asura pare dehinam sadhu samudvigna dhyam asad agrahata hitvad with hit atma padam graham anandakubham vanam gado yat darim asrate. Prahlad Maharaj replied, "O best of the Asuras, king of the demands, as far as I have learned from my spiritual master, any person who has accepted a temporary body and temporary household life is certainly embarrassed by anxiety because of having fallen into the dark well where there is no water but only suffering. One should give up this position and go to the forest. More clearly, one should go to Vrindavan, where only Krishna consciousness is prevalent, and should thus take the shelter of Supreme Personality Godhead." And he is also, this is a this answer to this Hiranyakasipu. Prahlad Maharaj is answering. Subsequently, one more incident where Hiranyakasipu asked him what you learned from your school. He is stating this another slogan, this very, very important slogan. Prahlad vacha Stavanam Kirtanam Vishnum Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam Idi Pumsa Arpida Vishnu Bhakti Chan Avalakshanaha Kriyate Bhagavade Adaha Tan Manne Aditam Uttamam. The translation is 24 7.5.23 and 24. Prahlad Maharaj said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, and paraphernalia and pastimes of the Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with the 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord's one best friend, surrendering everything unto him, in other words, serving him with body, mind, and the words. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of the Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired the complete knowledge. Hare Krishna. I am extremely thankful for our Paramadayala Prabhu for taking this particular chapter. Very, very nice. Actually, Narasimhadev is my Kuladev. Actually, we worship Lakshmi Narasimha. So, from our beginning of our childhood, only we used to go to the temple of Narasimhadev, Solingar, very at a very top of a hill actually, where Narasimhadev is on the meditation posture with Lakshmi actually, Lakshmi Narasimha. Opposite to that, another one more hill is there. This is called Big Hill, where the Lord is situated. One more is called Yoga Anjaneya. So here that particular temple is, the Anjaneya is facing Narasimha. Both are facing facing each other. That very, very famous temple. So from the beginning of our childhood, only we used to go to the temple once in a year. Definitely will go. Whenever any occasion comes, we are always there. It will be from Chennai. It will be around 80 kilometers. So we loved Lakshmi Narasimha because as our Srila Prabhupada says, for devotees, any form of Lord is loving. Actually, even though the Prahlad Narasimha is very ferocious, for the devotee is concerned, he is kind. That's a bow which we worship Narasimha, this one. So we'll go from the beginning of Hiranyakashipu's life. We'll try to, whatever time is there, we'll try to cover up. Actually, after Hiranyaksha was killed by Varahadev, so Hiranyakashipu become very angry with this Vishnu having killed his brother. And at that time, actually, he instructed his mother and his sister-in-law and nephew very nicely about Krishna consciousness philosophy only. You are not the body, spirit, soul. Whoever has taken as birth has to die. All the philosophy gives very nicely. But at the same time, the grudge for the Vishnu is always angering. He was always in his heart, I have to take a revenge. With the revengeful attitude, he go to this one. He goes to the forest for meditation and doing his this one austerity, forgetting all the powers from Brahma. The way in which did tabas, no, the entire actually the world was the entire universe was burning actually in the heat. So all the demigods goes to Brahma and do something for Hiranyakashipu. Then actually it is stated Brahma along with Brihu comes to the comes here to the where Hiranyakashipu is doing tapasya, and he says, he address him very nicely, my dear son, I am very satisfied with your tapas. You ask me what you want. Immediately Hiranyakashipu is waiting for an opportunity when Brahma will ask him like that. Immediately said, please give Amaratatva. Give immortality. So he said, I am myself not immoral. I am not immortal. So I can give you. So like that he is that. Then he asked in such a way, he tried to fool Brahma in such a way. He's asking, I should not die in that day and night. I should not be killed by any animals. I should not be killed by man. I should not be beast. So many. I should not be killed on the heavenly planet. I should not be killed on the earth. So many Instagram called. I should not be killed by any weapon. So many things he asking. Finally, Brahma was satisfied. He said everything is granted. So after that, he began his all his atrocities among all these brahmanas, not allowing to do any rituals like that. It was going on. Before going to tapas for to the forest, and actually his wife Kayadu was pregnant. So what this the demigod did was, so immediately as soon as he went to the forest for doing tabassa, he kidnapped his Hiranyakashipu's wife and were taking to this heavenly realm. There Narada Muni comes there and stop them. Where you are taking them? Then we are taking them because since Hiranyakashipu, we are sure that he is going to have a son. So better to kill him. That's why we are waiting, taking this Hiranyakashipu's wife with us. Narada Muni says, don't do that. Actually, in the womb of Kayatu, there is a pure devotee is there. Kindly leave them. I will take care of them. So actually, they left in the care of Narada Muni. They went. When Narada Muni was taken the Kayatu to the ashram of his ashram, he was discussing about this about Srimad Bhagavatam, the glories of Krishna, full all this all this philosophy is giving. And actually, Prahlad was hearing in his womb. He was actually, whenever Narada Muni was narrating, he was getting a call from, as if somebody is speaking. We always say, as if showing this listening. He was listening. Actually, Kayadu was not interested in India philosophy. She did not hear. But in the womb of Kayadi, our Prahlad Maharaj was hearing very nicely. That is why he became a pure devotee. As soon as it is taken birth, he becomes pure devotee. So when he returns from this, Hiranyakashipu returns from his tapas, Narada Muni goes and delivers Kayadu to her, to Hiranyakashipu. So actually, Prahlad Maharaj was born. When Prahlad Maharaj was born, Hiranyakashipu was very happy. He was happy. He had 4 sons. Out of them, he loved Prahlad Maharaj very nicely. He sent him to the sons of Sukracharya, who was running the Gurukul. He was given for training there for understanding all this what is called diplomacy, politics, how to live in this world. All these things you want to train them as a his king, that he wants to hand over his kingdom to Prahlad. That was intention. Was growing as a future king. And actually, when Hiranyakasipu went for this particular tapasya, he was determined to get the benediction. You see, that's why but determination of this Hiranyakasipu, you have to understand. They were determined to get something they want. They were not deviated, even though it was very difficult to get, do tapasya, standing on one leg for a long time without eating anything. He was prepared to do that. What is their only aim is they want to get material prosperity. They want to enjoy the senses. They want to take revenge. That is the only motive on which he was this one. And also he want to enjoy the senses to the maximum extent. And even after getting all this, when Prahlad, when he sent to this Sanda Amar school for his learning, after some time he was asking Prahlad Maharaj, what you learned from the school, from your school, because he was very affectionate. He was receiving very nicely, kept him on his lap, he kissed him, he hugged him. All these things as a sign of a normal father does for a son. He did everything. But actually he was asking what you learned. And he said that particular sloga, what he was just now we read now, he told this sloga, you kindly go to Vrindavan, and he is also describing his father as a Asura, what is called king among the Asuras. He was saying that you kindly go to Vrindavan and pray to Vishnu. Specifically says. So, and actually when he heard the name of Vishnu, he got terrified. And he got terrified. Then he tells his Sanda and Amar, what you have taught them? You did not teach anything like that. He was scolded up and sent him back, again teach them. So this Prahlad Maharaj again comes back, and this Santa and Amar gives a very strict warning. If you do anything again mistake, your father will take you action. Can you do study according to what we say? About you have to understand for your accepting as a king, you have to understand Dharma, Artha, Kama. Along with that, you have to understand the diplomacy. You have to understand who is a friend, who is enemy. All these things we will teach you. We will make you a perfect king, more than a father. So, but actually, when this teacher goes outside, he teaches these all the children. He teaches all the children about this bhakti path, what is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, all this sloga is telling, and also ask them to give they were chanting, but they were joyful. He was God giving all the philosophy, all that. But actually, his classmates were very curious. Prahlad, you are also like a demand. How will you learn all these things? As soon as you born, you are talking like that. Then he described about his how he was taken by Narada Muni in his ashram. How when he was in the womb of his mother, he learned his Srimad Bhagavatam philosophy from Narada Muni. That's why he got all the knowledge. And then actually all these classmates were practicing Krishna consciousness. But when the Guru came, then they were very much, the Sanad and Amar came again, they were very much astonished. He would not only he has become followers of Vishnu, he is also motivating other children also to become a devotee. Then actually he goes and reports to the father, and the father again calls him again. He again asks him affectionately what you learned. Then again we talking about this we discussed now. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. This is a process of 9 process of devotional service. He gives to the father in back after the second time. Really, this time he gets very angry, and he pushes him from his lap, directly from the lap, and give instruction to all the asuras, kill him somehow. Whatever you want to do him, I don't want to see. He's become enemy of what he's telling now. Actually, his brother was killed. Hiranyakashipu was killed by Vishnu. So he is none other than Vishnu. So I want to kill him. That is why you want to be very, very angry against Prahlad Maharaj. He want to eliminate him at any cost. So they tried many methods. All of you know about that. First, he was trying to put him in a he was thrown from a top of a hill, and he was put in a ocean, and he was put in a pits of snakes. He was mad elephant was he was put on the ground. Mad elephant was supposed to stamp honey. All this did he, and finally he actually he gave the poison to Kayatu and asked him to give to Prahlad. Prahlad happily accepted, drank poison. So in any situation, he was not frightened. That's why our Srila Prabhupada says, when there is a story of Sisupal. When Sisupal used to always use bad words against Krishna all the time. From the time he was born, he was going on giving by all the ill names, and he was chastising Krishna all the time. But here they say, why Krishna was not disturbed at all. Krishna was not disturbed. Krishna is not on the bodily concept. Since he's transcendental, the material things, the happiness and distress, honor, dishonor, that's not affecting. Similarly, if you also rise above the material consciousness, the material world, whatever we are, the duality in the material world will not affect us. So here, when Hiranyakashipu did all this thing, and one more time, second time also, he sent him again, you go for training, bring them nicely, otherwise we'll take action against you. Like that, he wants the teacher. The teacher again goes there and try to give all these things again with all this thing. Finally, he has Hiranyakashipu was so much irritated. He is asking where you are getting this power. And Prahlad was such a small boy, 5 years old boy. He is telling him, wherever you are getting the same, from wherever you are getting the strength, the same source I am getting the power. So actually, Hiranyakashipu was really very angry this time. He was lost his control. He was asking, where is that? Where is your Lord? You are talking about where is he? He is everywhere. Then Hiranyakashipu points out to the particular pillar and he is telling whether he is available here. He is available here. Then he immediately he put his gada and smashed the pillar. Narasimha comes out of that. That's the story of, in short, the Hiranyakashipu's story. Now, we'll discuss about some of the important aspects from this story. And also, if time permits, we'll discuss further about his storyline also. Actually, Prahlad Maharaj was such a noble son, actually. Of all the 4 sons Hiranyakashipu had, he is noblest. He was noble from the beginning. But only problem is, since he loved him very nicely, as an affectionate father, he was doing everything. The moment he said Vishnu, he considered Vishnu is his enemy. Since he is supporting the Vishnu's philosophy, he is also become enemy. Just see, normally, when a father gets a son, he is very affectionate to him. That's the way in which the material world is being designed. Because of that, he wants to live for more time. He has got affection. His attachment to the material things is increasing because we had a son, which is a loving son, affectionate son. But he had all the quality of a father in the beginning, even though he was a demand. And another thing is, one of the things Prabhupada says also, even those our demigods took them in the custody, Kayadu, they were telling him, we will kill this, the son in the womb of Kayadu only after she delivered. Previously, there was no abortion. Even though the demon as well as the demigod, even though they were in a difference of opinion, they had so much. But one thing is, they did not want to abort the child in the womb. Now the culture is so bad. People talk about culture and all these things. Even the basic thing which even demons were following earlier is not. We are not able to follow. That's the position of Kaliga. And one of the thing what they were talking about this Amar and Sanatan Sanand was, they were talking about this diplomacy and how to differentiate between enemy and friends. And since one thing we have to understand is how that the small boy of Prahlad Maharaj, 5 years old boy, was not able to what is called, he was not escaping any of the punishment which his father gave. He happily accepted because he understood, because of costless mercy of Vishnu, I am not the body, of spirit soul. Whatever he is doing with the body, nothing can damage my soul. Because of that, he came of fearlessness. Because of he has surrendered to the Lord, that Atma Nivedanam. Since he has surrendered to the Lord, whatever is happened, because it is beyond my control, because he knows that Hiranyakashipu's father is very powerful. Nobody can control him. But I am a small child. On what capacity I have to resist my father? He happily accepted. Since he surrendered to Vishnu, Vishnu protected him. And one more thing we have to understand is, even Prahlad Maharaj was not envious at all. Even his father did so much of atrocities against him, he was always respecting his father. He was calling affectionately, as even though he troubled him, he called address his father as the king of the demons. All respect he gave. He was not not disrespecting the father. And here, we can understand here the difference in the story of Daksha. Daksha also, you see, when Hiranyakashipu started troubling this Prahlad, Vishnu also was planning in such a way how to come to the help of this boy, because Paritlanaya Sadhana Vinashaya Dushkadam. That is, he has to establish the religion and also to protect the devotee. He was always, Narasimhadev was always waiting when how fast to come and protect the Prahlad Maharaj. That was here. The story of Daksha also is very instructive. Daksha came to, when he was performing yajna, he called all these demigods, all these very important persons, sages, everybody came. So there, Shiva also was there. When Daksha came to the assembly, everybody got up. And since Shiva was meditating on the Vishnu, he did not get up because he was in the transcendental position. So he took it as a very offensive and chastised Shiva like anything. He called by all names and all many things happened. So because of that, because he has offended a pure devotee, since he has offended a pure devotee, he has to pay the price. Subsequently, Shiva became angry and cut off his head. Similarly, here also, when a person does something to a pure devotee, the reaction will happen. Only the question of time. Sometimes it comes immediately, sometimes it comes delayed. But actually, that's why Prabhu has warned all of us, and we should be very careful with our dealing with devotees. So one of the lessons we can learn from Prahlad Maharaj stories, Hiranyakashipu's stories is, we cannot offend any devotees. You may be a small, you can be you may be a neophyte, we will not understand what stage is a devotee situated, will not come to know with our external vision. He may internally, for Prahlad Maharaj looking, there is a small innocent boy. He is having a control over his son actually. He was thinking, Hiranyakashipu was thinking. But Hiranyakashipu did not think in terms. He is a pure devotee of Vishnu. He could have helped Hiranyakashipu actually if he had surrendered to him. At least affectionately taken care of, he would have surrendered. He lost his opportunity. Here we have seen how he did atrocity to kill him, but nothing. No, he was not. He was frustrated because Hiranyakashipu was frustrated. He tried his level best. Whatever he had the power, with his power, he wants to crash his very insignificant son. Since he could not achieve it, he was frustrated. And when Lord wants to protect somebody, whatever may be the situation he is facing through, somebody wants to oppose him and kill him, unless there is sanction of the Lord, nothing will happen. We have seen in our practical life also, there are many incidents in our life we have escaped of death. For myself, I can tell one of the incident is when I went to Mayapur somewhere in some 7-8 years before, on the same Narasimha Chaturthi day only, we are doing fasting. I was swimming in Ganges. No, I want to cross from one small rivulet to another rivulet. While crossing, I could not cross. I came in the middle of the path. I could not swim. I don't have energy at all. But the opposite side, my nephew was there. He crossed and went. asking me, please come like that. I have no strength to go at all. So somehow the devotee is telling, anyway, you are going to die. Try like that. So I keep on trying. I went to one step. I was thinking there will be a land. I was trying to stand. I could not stand. I was not getting the land. I thought I'm going to die. Someone boat was coming. I tried to call the boat. That boat fellow also said he's very distant. I cannot come. He also did not bother actually. So try again. I tried one more time. I go there. I'll try it with my whatever strength I had. I went there. I thought I can get at this land. There also did not get land. Then I thought that is the end of the life, because I could not even think of that situation. I could not even think about of Krishna at that time. I still remember that particular incident. That my nephew did one very important thing. We lost a chance, but those people want him. Don't go near him. If you go near him, that fellow will pull you. So they were standing safely. They put some cloth, wet cloth, and threw at me. Somehow I caught that cloth. They dragged and saved me. So like that, many incident a person will, because we forget immediately after the particular incident, Krishna gave one more life, because we are supposed to live certain number of breaths according to our calculation of life is given. When we are born only, we are given how many breaths we are going to breathe. At the end of the particular breath is over, automatically we will die. Till such time, Krishna's protection is there. One more thing is what here Prabhupada says is, we have to go according to the expectation of the desire of the Lord. We may have our own expectation, but ultimately here, Prahlad Maharaj understood, if Vishnu want to protect me, someone will be protected. If Vishnu want to not kill me through the medium of my father, I'll be killed. So that's why he left everything to the Lord. Similarly, if you also having a Atmani, if we surrender everything to the Lord, we not have any anxiety at all. We can live very anxiety-free life. What very important thing our His Holiness Radhanand Maharaj and Prabhupada also says, the Lord never says, I will protect your body. He will always protect our consciousness. What is important for our spiritual growth is Krishna consciousness. Our conscience is important. Our body is going to wither away today or tomorrow. It is not permanent. But our soul is permanent. Our connection with the Lord is with soul. It is not with the body. Externally, we may change the body. From one body to another body we'll get. But our relation with Krishna is always through the medium of soul. The soul, he always protects this consciousness actually. Here, we have to understand, if you're a devotee, you should never lose faith in the Lord. We will see the many examples of, we see the examples of Pandavas. Pandavas went through all the calamities, many problems. When they were living with Krishna, they had all the problems. Now we are far away from Krishna. Naturally, we'll have a problem. Right? The story of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj also, even though he was a pure devotee, he was instructed by Narada Muni. All these things are blessing, everything is there. In spite of that, he went through the problem. He tolerated the problem. He did not lose faith in it. Similarly, the story of Draupadi. Draupadi also, even though he was there, her husband could not protect them, but she had a faith Krishna will protect her. That was a faith Draupadi had. Parikshit Maharaj also, see, he was said, even though he was destined to die within 7 days, he had the association of Sukadeva Goswami. Through him, we understand, I'm going to go to the higher realm. He understood. In Chitraketu Maharaj. So these are the examples, even in the greatest calamities in the life, their faith was never shaken. So we also live in the process which Prabhupada has given very nicely, and also we also got some experience of the Krishna consciousness during our lifetime. With this, if you have a faith, we have to develop in the faith and the process which Prabhupada has given, we'll be able to deliver ourselves. One more thing is what Prabhupada says is, Prahlad, faith did not reduce. For example, he spoke very nice philosophers, Pravanam, Kirtan, Vishnu, all these things okay. When somebody is facing a physical problem, his body is what is called put into trouble. He was insulted. He was given the painful. This is not ordinary. He was also stamped by the elephant, and put on a snake, venomous snake, thrown from the mountain. All these are not ordinary. See, he did not reduce his faith. Prahlad Maharaj says, okay, better surrender to Father. He did not do that. And also very important is, he never had any grudge against his father. Even though the father was troubling and he was trying to kill him, he was all openly telling, not that he did something secretly, openly telling Prahlad in front of Prahlad, I am going to kill you. You are my enemy. He was not bothered. He said, I have to give my respect to the father. This, whatever he is doing, let him do. I will keep faith in the Lord. Let Lord go to protect. That was his idea. See, and Prahlad also, with all the situation, he gave respect to his teachers also, and he gave respect to his father also. He did not have any grudge, not disrespected them. We will talk about this Ajata Satru. Ajata Satru means we have no enemies. No enemies. But for example, we talk about Vasudev. Vasudev also, when Kamsa said, you want to kill, cut off the head of Devaki, immediately he did not even raise his voice. He was talking very softly, gently to this one, our Kamsa. You are such a noble king. You are doing so very auspicious act of taking your sister to this brother-in-law's house, and so many people are watching you. You are the great, like that. He actually glorified Kamsa. By that, Kamsa, the heart changed, and he said, "Okay, ninth son, the child is going to kill." Like that, immediately he left that, and he left the chariot and went. So Ajatasatru from Vasudeva is Ajatasatru, and actually. This Vasudeva actually, even though Kamsa killed the 7 of the children of Vasudeva, he did not have any grudge. He was not inimical to Kamsa. He was giving all the respect as the king. Similarly, you see also in the story of Draupadi, when Aswatthama killed all 5 children, innocent children were sleeping. When Aswatthama was imprisoned and brought before her, Draupadi said, actually, there was a big debate actually. Arjuna want to kill, Bhima want to kill, Krishna want to kill. And Draupadi said, you have to release him because Aswatthama is our Guru's son and he is a Brahmana. These are the 2 examples she gave. Now you give. And actually, Krishna and Arjuna decided to kill them. So kill Aswatthama. What he said is, and Bhima also want to kill. So what they decided is, you and Arjuna, Krishna instruct Arjuna in such a way, you kill him. Meaning means you kill him, but not the body. You kill him so that he will be insulted in front of everybody, so that he has got a desired punishment. So he removed that jewel on his head, he removed it, and one side of the head they shaved off. So let him off. So you understand. So why Draupadi did it? Because she knows, if I am a mother, I know what is the pain of a mother to lose a child. So if I lost my 5 children, but if the Kripi also lose that only son Aswatthama living in Sula, she'll be put into distress. That's why she took empathy on somebody else and acted very. This is called Ajatasatru. Here, Prahlad Maharaj also acted as an Ajatasatru. He did not consider anybody as enemy. He was only doing the justice as the instructions of Narada Muni. So one of the important things we learn from this particular episode is Hiranyakashipu obtained the power from Brahma. Even though he obtained the power of Brahma, actually he is not able to control his senses. Since he is not able to control the senses, the same power we obtained is become danger. So that is why when you have power without knowing how to use it, it is very dangerous. Even we see the example of Stringi, the Brahmana boy who first Parchit Maharaj, he had a power, the Brahmanica power he had, but they don't know how to use it. And normally, when somebody is given a power, the tendency is always to misuse it, unless it's guided by some other higher power. Like you have a spiritual master, you are relying upon some scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, something to guide you, or you listen to somebody who is spiritually situated. And actually, in this particular situation, Narasimhadev comes after that Hiranyakashipu was killed. the situation, everybody was terrified. They don't know how to please Narasimha Bhagavan. So Brahma was there. Brahma doesn't want to go to him. And even Lakshmi ji also was there. Lakshmi ji also said, I have not seen my husband in the ferocious form. I can't go. But everybody encouraged Prahlad Maharaj to go to him because he has Narasimha Bhagavan has appeared for you. Go near him, start glorifying him, and you'll be pacified. They just push Prahlad Maharaj in front of Narasimha Bhagavan. Narasimha Bhagavan, when he comes in front of him, as Narasimha Bhagavan licks the Prahlad Maharaj's forehead, and he becomes very, very happy by once a touch. When Narasimha Bhagavan touches Prahlad Maharaj, he started glorifying Narasimha Bhagavan like anything. And he was actually offering prayers. That's why here Maharaj says, even though he's a murderer of his father, Prahlad Maharaj did not take that particular, I lost my father, he's my murderer of my, he said, he has delivered my father. Because anything which Krishna, anything with Vishnu does, anything with Vishnu's incarnate does, it is always for our good. So he is asking, after everything is gone, Prahlad Maharaj, just see the level of Prahlad Maharaj. He is asking for, he is asking Narasimha Bhagavan to forgive my father. Because then he has done so much insult. He has spoken very hard words to you. Kindly forgive my father. And actually, after that, Prahlad Maharaj, Narasimha Bhagavan asking, you ask any boon, I want to give you. Prahlad Maharaj is asking, I am not a businessman, ask something in exchange for boon. But I actually, my desire to stay here, I want to deliver all the conditioned soul. I want to stay in the middle. I don't want any position. But knowing the Prahlad Maharaj heart, he himself, the Narasimha Bhagavan puts him on the throne of his father. He ruled the kingdom for many lifetime, many years. And after that, he went to the spiritual world. That's why, and also, he assures Narasimha Bhagavan assured Prahlad Maharaj, since you have done the spiritual practice for so many years, you have sacrificed for me. So 21 generation for your entire family will be liberated. That means you are previously your forefathers will be liberated. You will be liberated. Your future generation also 21 generation will be liberated. That's why you are His Holiness Radha Maharaj say. Similarly, if you also follow this the system of the Krishna consciousness given by Prabhupada sincerely, we also can help our our entire generation of our forefathers, future and the previous also, to get delivered from these the material materials troubles of birth, old age, disease, and we can also help them to get the transcendental destination actually. And actually here you see Prahlad Maharaj, when the Narasimha Bhagavan came, actually he chastises Brahma, don't give boon again without asking me. So actually here Narasimha Bhagavan did something amazing. He did not disturb the boon of Brahma, because it is very important. The people are in the position, higher position, how they'll be respected? They'll be respected if they honor the words. The Prahladi, our Brahma is a secondary creator. He has got a respect in this in the universe. So whatever Brahma given promise to the boon to the Hiranyakasipu, is our Narasimha Bhagavan took appeared in such a way, all the boons which are given to Hiranyakasipu by Brahma was kept intact. He did not disturb it. But he found some way in between to satisfy the Brahma as well as to satisfy Hiranyakasipu. At the same time, you want to fulfill his mission. That's why he appeared in a way, it is neither day or night. He said, I should not be killed on the higher planet on the earth. You sat in the what is called the palace of Hiranyakasipu on the doorstep. He was sitting there and he was keeping his Hiranyakasipu on his lap. He was neither on down or top, he was in a lap. And he appeared, he did not use any weapon, he used his nail. And what is called, he is neither man or animal. He appeared as a half man, half lion. So all this, that's why when you say we are intelligent, you have to understand all intelligence we are getting from Krishna, who is originator of intelligence. How will be more, how will be super intelligent? We have to understand that. We will not. That's why we will not be able to escape from his attention any time. Now, when Prahlad Maharaj asked Narasimha, one by one, so we want to be staying in this material world to deliver all the people, then only you want to go. That's why it is stated here. Prahlad Maharaj, even though he went to the spiritual world, there are certain people who say Prahlad Maharaj is still available here to deliver all of us. He wants to take us to the by his the story of this. We understand this particular story of Prahlad Maharaj. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu listened from our Gadadhar Pandit. Gadadhar Pandit used to every day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come to that is
Tota
Gopinath temple every day, and used to discuss for hours together. Sometimes the same Prahlad Maharaj story, Gadadhar Pandit used to repeat more than 100 times. Tell me again. Because even though we have been listening this Prahlad Maharaj story, Narasimhadev story, many times we heard, but one thing we have to understand, the lessons which learned from him is very important. Carry forward message is, one is we should be tolerant. Actually, Prahlad Maharaj, from the beginning of his, somehow he got that tolerance is a very, very big, what is called, very divine quality. When you have a tolerant quality, when you have able to tolerate, you are able to achieve something which nobody can achieve. Actually, he was able to tolerate, and also he was able to forgive whatever his father did, whatever his your teacher did. He did not take it very seriously. Forgive them. And is one more important aspect of Prahlad Maharaj. He was simple. Simple means he was not complicated. He was telling openly what he learned from Prahlad, this one from Narada Muni to all the children. He did not hide. He did not do something hiding, practicing spirituality. He was bold. Whatever philosophy he learned from Narada Muni, he was preaching to his father also. Even though he knows if I preach, see, Prahlad Maharaj would have kept his spiritual practice secretly without his father's knowledge. He would not have known at all. But since he was simple, he was living very transparent life. He did not do any duplicity. He was very, even though if you want to be punished by my father punished, I will give a proper instruction to him. Seeing that, since having a compassion on his father, he boldly practiced him, preached him. What he had learned, what is the Vishnu? Go to Vrindavan, practice there. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Why he told this? Because he was simple. And another thing is, he was humble. Humble means he was giving respect to others. He was giving respect to his father. He lovingly took the poison from his mother and took, because mother was feeling, how I can give a poison to my son? So she was hesitant. But he took, let me drink. Why I want to give my trouble? You have to die. Let me try. Let me give happiness to my mother. He drank without a mother giving. He drank. So he was actually, by looking at the Hiranyakasipu, ashamed actually, because he wants to do something damage, but he was voluntarily doing something. So this is what the humility we learned from Prahlad Maharaj, and here one of the prayers which Prahlad Maharaj did, actually even our Narasimhadev was amazed actually. Even though his father Hiranyakasipu, he was tormented so much, killed him, and did so much atrocities against him, he was praying for him. That is the real the nature of a pure devotee. See, what is the difference between a normal person and a devotee? Devotee is very compassionate. He is Ajata Satru. He is not bothered about him. He is bothered about others' welfare. These are the quality which we learn from Prahlad Maharaj's story. Is that every year we are learning, but sometimes now we have to even dwell on ourselves. This is something we can get for our change. So why we were listening to these stories again, but we even know the story. One day or other, some changes can happen internally. But externally things happen. We are becoming devotee, we are doing tilak, we are chanting, so many things are doing. But simultaneously, something internal transformation also to take place. This transformation will take place only by listening to these stories. Only by listening to this and also contemplating in the story, how the Prahlad Maharaj could achieve all this power, because he has listened from Narada Muni with faith. And also, he did not disconnect it from Narada Muni anytime. Even though he came and went to the ashram of this one, Sugradhari's son, he was always thinking about his spiritual master Narada Muni. He was listening, contemplating instruction. Similarly, if you also contemplate on the instructions given by Prabhupada, given by Guru Maharaj, given by devotees who are practicing sincerely for so many years, this one, sometimes we also some change may happen in us in our life also. This is a particular theory. And also one more thing we can understand is two story. I'll try to stop now. See, in the story of Ravana, see, they're very advice if somebody is giving advice. For example, who is giving the advice to Prahlad Maharaj? Narada Muni. He had only one spiritual master. That is enough for him, his entire life. Similarly, on there are some people who take the spiritual path very seriously by listening to the spiritual master. Some people listen to the spiritual master, they don't take seriously. We'll see an example of Ravana. Ravana also got a very good lesson from many of Ravana told, don't do anything, what you are kidnapping the Sita is wrong, you give her back. Many people told. The example who told is Ravana was, one as Kumbhakana told him, Vibhishan told him, that are two of his brother, and Hanuman told him. Angadan also told him. Mandodari also told him. But what is the main problem with this kind of Hiranyakasipu and Ravana and all? They are thinking they are powerful. They are powerful. They can even destroy Vishnu. Because that's why when you have power, when power is not guided by a spiritual person, and you only start doing only crazy things and destroying yourself and destroying others, not accepting the worthy advice. Here, and in the story of Kalakrishna Prabhu, Kalakrishna Das, when he was traveling with Chaitanya Prabhu in the South India, he was attacked by the Bhattacharya and taken from the Chaitanya Prabhu's company. Actually, Chaitanya Prabhu was feeling very awkward. His own disciple, who came along to help him, he was dragged by Bhattacharya. Chaitanya Prabhu went there and caught him back. He was brought back to Jagannath, Jagannath Puri. And when he came to Jagannath Puri, he disowned him. I have nothing to do with you. You go back. So actually, even though Kalakrishna Das was rejected by Chaitanya Prabhu, his Nityananda Prabhu, other devotees told him, you go to Mayapur or you go to Navadip and give a message to Sachimata and all the devotees about what Chaitanya Prabhu did in his South India pastime, the South India too. So Kalakrishna Das, even though he was rejected by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was there, he was protected by the devotee. Similarly, so now why we are telling this particular story is, even if you are not having direct contact with Lord, like our Prahlad Maharaj had direct connection with Narasimha Bhagavan, and because he had a pure devotee, our Narada Muni, he followed instruction, and you took all the pain to establish what you learned from Narada Muni. The Vishnu, Narasimha Bhagavan came before him directly. So this particular story, why we call it story, why I'm concluding the story is, even though we had no opportunity to get direct instruction from Lord Vishnu directly, whoever is surrounded by our spiritual master, our devotee, practice devotee in front of, along with us, they are also considered as a Shiksha Guru. And you also can take protection from them. They also can protect. Since Kalakrishna Das was removed from the company of Chaitanya Prabhu, he was always serving Chaitanya Prabhu's mission. What is important for us? We have to do devotional service. There are two things which one of our devotee was told is, one is you should practice yourself what is spiritual process which is given, like chanting and all. Along with bhakti, you have to do devotional service also. What a person can retain in this what is called the Krishna consciousness for a long time only if you do some devotional service. If you practice only bhakti alone without helping others, without helping the movement, then maybe after some time you may lose interest. Why may you lose interest? You are not seeing any in front of you any example to what is called to inspire you. By seeing that some devotees progressing in front of you, you have got inspiration. So like that person, I may also progress after some time. Some hope is there. This is all Prabhu says our entire movement is a hope-giving movement, and we have to help each other to deliver ourselves from these clutches of this Maya and go to a spiritual eternal Dham, live with Krishna. Thank you very much, Puri. Hare Krishna. Haribol. Stop it, Prajay. Already 8:10. Hare Hare.
Nice class, Prabhu. It's nice class.
Thank you, Pri. Thank you, Pri. You're joining in spite of your so busy schedule. You could have time to
Hare
join here.
Krishna.
Busy.